everybody, Leah Grant with Pure Movement Pilates. Today we're going to use Bala bangles. So I've got bangles for both my ankles. This is a 2-pound ankle weight, and then I've got wrist bangles as well for 1-pound wrist weights. If you don't have a 2-set, that's fine. Start with your ankle weights. So let's go ahead and come about in the middle of our mat and just start to gently lower ourselves all the way down. Take a nice big stretch. If you've got the weight, you can reach it up overhead, maybe lengthen the legs long. Feel like you're stretching your body in like 4 different directions. Ooh, lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. Then circle the hands along beside you, bringing the feet back onto the mat, knees bent. You're just a nice hips distance apart. We're going to start to massage, loosen, and kind of relax the hips. So I'd like you to start to circle, moving into your pelvic clocks. So fun things to do with the weights are both to sort of help get an increased kind of grounding sensation, right? So that the right now the wrists and the legs are a little bit heavier. And then switch. Sometimes that helps us dig a little deeper, and then it also helps us work harder when that weight starts to go away from us, right? So we'll play with that a little bit today. Let's relax the wheel of the pelvis, hopefully now a little bit looser, just kind of let it soften. Moving into some bridge to kind of help relax the length of the spine. Tuck, curl, lift, take a little inhale, and then gently pour yourself back down. And I want you to look at the weight of the arms beside you and really think about keeping them heavy down onto the mat as you look at lifting and lowering while articulating. Pouring yourself back and down, if you'd like to, adding on. Tuck, curl, lift, float those arms up and back. Wait, add some grounding sensation, right? As you lower back down, one vertebra at a time. The weight's pulling away from those hips, bringing those hands back down. Tuck and curl. Lift it up. Pouring it back down. Keep it long till the very end. Really feel like you're lengthening the hips away from the weighted wrists. Tuck, curl, lift. Starting to stand into those hamstrings. Wrap the shoulders back and down, so that as you pull your rib wall down, your scapula are melting down your back. Last one. Lift. Pouring it all the way down. Keep it long, keep it long, keep it long till the very end. When you let it soften. Now keep your pelvis, your mid-rib wall, your abdominals really still. Start to move through your marches, lifting and lowering. That weight is a little bit more work for your hips and your legs. Shoulders back and down. Arms long beside you. Lifting and lowering. Last time here, if you can, lift to tabletop. Let's hold it there and bring the other leg to meet it. Moving into your toe taps. Now, if this starts to kick into your low back at all, you can hold a little bit more of a tucked pelvis. You could even float your pelvis up onto a soft ball or a foam roller if you'd like, right? Just to help keep that low back long. We're trying to build the abdominal strength, right? So really make sure you're pulling in and up through the front of your body. Last one each. Both legs now together are going to kick up towards the ceiling. I'm going to find a Pilates V. I'm going to flex the feet, kick it out. Good. Now then things start to point and pull up. Flex and kick. Point, pull up. Now anchor the pelvis behind you. Try not to feel the wheel of the pelvis move, either right or left. Reach. So build the awareness of what your sacrum, how your hips feel on the mat underneath you. Let's go ahead and do that once more. Reach the heels, point the toes, lift it up, and hold. Little movement here. Just your right leg starts to open and lift. Just your left leg starts to open and lift. Suddenly kicks into your waist very quickly. Keep the abdominals engaged. Good. Back and forth. Think of that opposite hip. How is it staying down? With control. Last time here. Pulling it back up, adding on. Open your right leg, hold. We stay in this V shape and we switch. Switch. Back and forth. So it's like your legs are almost like at 10 and 2, and you're switching them now. 1 points up to 12. Last one to the right. Last one to the left. Both legs come back up, bend, curl into a nice tight ball for a moment, stretching that low back, lengthening from the base of your skull all the way to your tailbone. Stay here for me. I want you to reach the arms long towards the opposite wall. We're going to move into our single leg stretch. So the right leg is going to lengthen out. It's got weight. Pull in with your abs. We inhale. And pull in and reach, and in and reach. Last 2, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Curl into that nice tight ball again. Really pull in and up. Now I'd like you to kick your right leg up, grab behind it, reach your left leg long. Same thing, scissoring. We switch, and then switch, and switch, and switch. Careful you don't swing it, especially with the weight. Feel the control, switching the legs, passing through space. Pull that leg up, and reach, and 4, and 3, last 2, and 1. Both legs lift up towards the ceiling. Let's circle the hands behind the head, curl a little higher. That's heavy. Start to float away. Woo, lift it up. That's it for me today. Because I'm really going to focus on my low back, that mid-rib wall, sacrum. Last 4. Give me 3. Find your range of motion. 2. Almost there. Last 1. Curl in. Real nice and tight. Almost there. Soften everything back and down. Reach the arms up and back. Nice big stretch. Let's curl. Lift the hips up. All right. Moving into our seesaw next. A little inhale at the top. Exhale. Gently start to pour yourself down. As your mid-rib wall, low back starts to grow heavy, lift through the fingertips, lift through the layers, stretch the legs long, use the weight at the far side of your feet to help you up so they feel heavy. As you go back down, drag the heels behind you like you really don't want them to come. Curl, lift, up and over. Take a little sniff of air and pour yourself down. Tucking, lifting, scooping, woo, reaching. Let those legs feel heavy. They're pulling you back up. Stretch. And twice more. Tuck and roll. Stand into those heels. Lift up through the arms. As you pour yourself down, keep those weighted hands behind you. Articulating through the rib wall. Lifting, scooping. Use the weight of the legs. Pulling yourself forward. Almost there. Stacking. Tucking. Nice and long, lifting, curling, up, and reach and forward fold. Woo, nice job. Slowly bring yourself up. So from here, let's just stand into the arms, lift the line of our chest. We're going to use the weight now, again, to really feel that sense of anchoring or grounding sensation through the body. What I'd like you to do is flex one leg back, sinking the heel, lift the layers of abdominals, wrap the shoulders back and down, and think of the line of your chest illuminating the space between your hands. And then bring that left leg back down. Right leg goes back. I'm getting a nice calf and hamstring stretch when I do this too, right? And then soften back down. Let's go ahead and kick that left leg back. Lift the line of your chest. Give me just a little tuck to the wheel of your pelvis. So you're really building an up sensation. And last time like that, stretching it back. Reach, 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 lift, and bring it back down. We're gonna add on. Left leg goes back, lift through the layers, right leg goes back, left leg comes down, right leg comes down. Switching, right leg goes back, left leg goes back, right leg comes down, and then we start to go just a little faster. Reach, reach, lower, lower. Reach, reach, lower, lower. Out, out, in. Reach, reach, lower, lower. Let's do 4. Oops, I think I lost my count there. Last 3. Give me 2. Last 1. And lower, lower. From here, kick the legs out. Hold on to that shape. I want you to shift your weight forward and back. Forward and back. Let's do 3 and back. Last 2, standing into those arms. Last 1, wrap the shoulders back and down, and then bring it all the way back underneath you. Step your arms forward, shift your weight back, moving into that child's pose. Take a nice little stretch. Woo. Last one like this. Gently wave your heart back up through center. We're going to turn to face towards each other, getting ready for our side plank. So from here, let's go ahead and walk that bottom leg kind of out from underneath you a little bit. And then your left foot is going to plant pretty firmly down onto the floor, right? So we're going to start with, I think I've heard it called Wild Thing, which I really liked. Because I don't remember learning this through our classic repertoire. This is one I came across from another instructor. So sit sort of upright. It's kind of like a modification to it, like Cleopatra, right? So options here. If you want to, you can stay down onto your elbow. You're not going to get as high. That's fine. It's user's choice. If you want a little more work, you keep your arms straight. Notice, though, that whether you're on your elbow or your hand, you're going to stand into the right arm and the left foot and the outside of your right shin. So you're going to press into those points to start to lift the hips up and reach up and overhead, right? So here, this weight around your arm is opening up the left side of your body. And then you're going to sit back and down with control, just like that. Lift up and over, stretching, and then sit back down. So careful you don't fling it, especially if you've got that weight, right? Slowly extend and open. If you'd like to add on further still, what we're going to do is stretch the legs long. Let's lift up and over. I'd like you to kick your right leg out in front a little bit and your left leg behind. You're into your side plank. Now dip and lift. We've got 3. Dip and lift. You're working through the right shoulder. Last 2. Dip and lift. Almost there. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Last 1. Dip. Lift it up, up, up. Keep it going all the way over, back into that plank. Pike the hips up. Shift the weight back. Walk it out. Sinking those heels away from you. Use that weight to think you're stretching the back of the legs open. Woo. Gently, let's go ahead and start to bend at the knees. Shift your weight back. Take a moment, find a child's pose. Let it breathe. Slowly starting to shift your weight back up to a tall seated position. We're going to swing the legs the other way. So in this position, again, we're going to start low with our Wild Thing, working our way up to our side plank. So outside of your left shin, right foot, left hand. Again, you can always stay down onto the forearm. It will just be a smaller side bend, right? From here, right arm is going to reach. Standing into the limbs, create a sense of energy going down so that you can start to lift yourself up and over, right? Try to open the eyes of your hip creases. Think a little bit of your bridge work. So we're working our hips here, right? It's like, again, a hip extension, right? Opening it up, and then hip flexion. Let's do twice more. Lifting. Let the weight help open the right side of your body. And last one, if you'd like to. From this position, start to stretch your right leg out. left leg out, right? You're in your side plank. We're gonna dip, a little harder for me on this side. Lift, that's that left shoulder. It likes to get squirrely. So I'm gonna work just a little harder to stay in control, lifting through those left obliques. Wrap the left shoulder back and down, 2. Woo. And last one. Lift, up, up, up. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Drop, turning around, shifting the weight back, pedal it out. Stretching really kind of the heels of the hands all the way down to the heels of the feet. I'm going to sink both heels. We're going to start to wave through the body, moving into, again, a full plank. Think that somebody's going to pick your heels up, shifting your body weight, wave it forward, over the wrists, lift the line of your chest, move into a baby extension. Now, nod the chin to the chest, look towards navel center as you wave your heart back, sinking the heels, feel and follow the weight. Sinking them down, then kicking them up, wave, wave, wave. Lifting the line of your chest, wrap the shoulders back and down. Find a little extension, then nod the chin to the chest, tuck, tuck, tuck. Push energy into the arms, shifting the weight back, sinking the heels. Follow the ankle weights, right? Let them sink. Last one, wave the heart up through center. Think of like a slinky. Think of your seesaw. Up, extend, then lift. Lift the abdominals, lift the abdominals, lift the abdominals. We're still pulling them up. We're still pulling them up, sinking those heels. Then gently shift the weight back forward, down into the knees. Shifting it back, find a child's pose. Nice, easy inhale. And exhale completely. Last time. And exhale. Gently walking yourself back. I'm going to go ahead and take the ankle weights off. We're going to move into a figure 4. And that left leg is going to open out to the side. Whatever angle you're at, that's fine. Right? So the right leg's going to stay in front of me. Moving both arms out. Adding that weight now deepens our stretch a little bit. Let your left hand come down. I want you to think that you're going to fall up and over into that left sit bone. Really feel what that feels like for but a moment. Again, your right arm, now both weights are on the left side of your body, helping to stretch open the right waist. As you come back up, don't roll off of that left sit bone. The right hand's going to come down. I want you to push into it a little bit to shift your weight into the left sit bone. So stay over on the left side. As you come back up, we're going to switch it a little bit. We're going to twist. Turn and think that the line of your chest is illuminating the left foot, left knee. Back through center. Turn. Think the line of your chest is illuminating the right knee, right thigh. And let's do that again. Notice if it's just your arms going around or if you could get your rib wall to turn. Picture the weight of the head, spread of the rib cage is still back up against that wall behind you. Think of your oblique twist. Turn towards the left now. I'm going to flex through my left foot, really as though I'm kicking the heel away from me. Both hands are going to start to reach forward. Personally, I like to kind of bring my hands to the outside of my left shin to help encourage my right ribs around. Now I'm going to start to flex through the spine. And every time you exhale, I want you to think of lifting the layers of abdominals just a little bit. So again, it's very active. Exhale, lift the waist. Think ever so slightly that you're weighted towards the back of your sacrum, like it's still against the wall behind you. Last time. Exhale, lift the waist. Gently walk yourself back. That can be a really deep stretch. So kind of just taking a moment. See how that feels. Rolling back just enough so you can tuck your left leg back in front. Now your right leg goes out. And your V might look different from mine. Wherever you're at though, let's again kind of feel for both sit bones. Open those arms out. Right hand comes down. Left arm's going to lift. And I want both sides, both weights to feel like they're falling to the right side of the body. So that you feel like you're heavy into that right sit bone. Maybe flexing through that right heel. Push energy out through the heel. As you come up, don't roll off of that right sit bone. So stay heavy. Left hand's going to come down. You're actually going to push into the left hand a little bit to think you're shifting your rib wall to the right. Ooh, and there my left adductor let go a little bit. Now both weights are moving towards the left side of the body to help you stretch open the right side of your rib wall. All the way back up. Both arms stay out to that T. We move into our twist. Turning, I want you to inhale as you turn your rib wall to the right knee, right quad, right big toe, back through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Can you picture like your foot is pressing into the baseboard? Feel like it's very active, pressing into an invisible wall in front of it. Twisting, trying to keep both sits bones firmly anchored, lifting up to the top of your head. Now from here, both arms are going to reach forward, and I'm going to reach towards the outside of my right calf. Breathing. We're going to start to flex through the spine. I want you to try to inhale into the back of your left ribs. Every time you exhale, give me a little bit of a tuck to the wheel of your pelvis. Try to let go of the head and neck. Woo, maybe wiggle your toes. Are they still active? Then gently, we're going to bring ourselves back, then up, then up. Ooh, slowly kind of stacking yourself back up through center. Both legs tuck back up underneath you. Roll those shoulders back and down. I'm going to bring my less comfortable leg in front for about a moment. So I'm kind of challenging what my normal feels like. Holding here for just a beat. Let's breathe. And I want you to feel sort of the right and the left channels of your body. Starting really kind of from the legs, but you'll hopefully feel the sits bones if you don't feel it through the legs. From the sits bones up to the shoulders, and then picture from the shoulders like to the top of your earlobe. Right? So it's like you've got like elf ears, or like two strings are pulling you up tall from the back of your spine, right? As though you're still up against an invisible wall behind you. Take a nice easy breath. Exhale completely. Let's do that just once more. And exhale. Let it breathe. Nice job, everybody. That's class.